That's all right. That's all right.
With BTV Marketing, and I'm here to share with you how my kids got into the modeling industry, and only took them about 2 months to become an overnight sensation. So basically everyone's heard of the 3 L's in real estate, which is location, location, location. So the most important thing in the modeling, there's also 3 things, and I would like to call this CTI for short, and it actually represents C as in connection, so you need to have the right connection. T as in talent, your models have to actually be talented for you to even get a slight chance in modeling, and it also includes looks and talent. And number 3 is interest. Interest also, I would like to call it passion. You have to have passion for your career for you to want to have this determination to move on. Some of the tips and advice I share with the parents for your kids to get started in the modeling industry, it's very important to also jumpstart your kids' career. So before you start anything, sending out your resume to any kind of modeling agency, you want to jumpstart your kids' career before anything. So this is how I got started when I was in high school. I have a modeling experience in high school, which the teacher came into my class. And back then, they were in some shortage of models, so they came into our class. Back then, my major was business English, but these teachers came from a different department, which they do cosmetics and clothing brands. And that department was a different major. And they came and picked models based on height. So height-wise, you have to be 160 centimeters or taller. I was actually picked, but after you're picked, there's also an elimination period, which is about 3 months of training. If you don't pass that training, they pick 50 girls, and they would get rid of like 30, and whoever's left, the 20 that's left, is the one that's able to go and present and to actually hold up the banner for the high school Olympics after the torch has been light up. And then there is basically a 6 months training period where you go through model catwalk, and you have to balance 10 books on your head, and then after that you're on
the runway. And this one is a little bit different. It's a high school Olympics. We will have to hold up banners for our school, and by the end of the semester I get a certificate of completion as an award. And also in the past, in high school, I've also won another award, which is presented by the Carnegie organization. It's pretty famous around the world, and it's called the Most Charming Award. These people actually came to me, so I was extremely fortunate, but not everyone has an interesting story to share, and not everyone got into modeling this way. But a little bit about jump-starting your career for your kids. So basically at home you want to try training your kids to smile on cue, or to smile in front of the camera and to look in the camera and be more interactive with you at home, and put different clothes on your kids to see what looks good on your kids. So that's another way to help your kid jumpstart their modeling career. Another thing you want to consider is, what is your intention for modeling? If you go in the modeling industry, whether it's yourself or for your kids, and your intention is to only for yourself and to gain something out of it, usually the end result is not going to come out as good. So basically that's how I start off, just for my kids to have the memory of a lifetime and a taste of being famous as a model. So afterwards, I actually adjust my attitude. My attitude was more like, my kids wants to model so that they can help others. So in a sense, when my kids model, I can also help brand other companies, like help perfect their product in every way and help promote their product to the public, so other people can see how beautiful their product is, and they'll go out and buy their product. And at the same time, when our kids model, I'm also helping a certain company thrive. And that's not always the case with all the modeling agencies. Some modeling agencies have, it's not a reciprocal relationship, it's not a mutual agreement. It's because based on my industry and what I do, this is one of my specialties. I'm good at doing advertisement and making videos and filming for a company. So some companies will come to me, ask me to do their ads, and we will have an exchange of resource. Some companies will pay me, some companies will just exchange certain resources, and at the same time our kid can also help that company promote their products. But right now we're going to get into the point. The point I was talking about is connection. When it comes to modeling, you have to know the right people to talk to. If you want to call somebody, obviously you want to get to the CEO, you want to get to the marketing director, you want to get straight to the point in order to get connected with and get your kids involved in the modeling industry. The talent-wise, first of all, you have to consider, because in Taiwan there's a modeling industry for mixed kids, a lot of people like to use kids that are mixed. So if your kid fit the profile, you're definitely want to go for it. And also, your kids have to be very happy and cheerful and interactive in front of the camera, which Nicholas is. Annabelle is a little bit shy in public, but she also does really well when it comes to, if I take pictures for her at home, she can be really happy and cheerful once she gets more familiar with her environment. So they're both great models. And number three, last but not least, you have to have the passion, because modeling is a very competitive industry. You would go through a lot of error and trials, and sometimes you might not succeed. You might go in a lot of auditions and you might not get a single one of the booking. So you want to be prepared for rejection. So you want to get used to rejection after a while. So
Nobody is going to get you out of bed in the morning. Nobody's going to be there to cheer for you. Nobody's going to push you to keep going when you've hit the wall. It's up to you. So get up. Push harder. Nobody's going to make you into who you want to be. It's up to you.
So this is how you want to get started. First of all, before anything, you want to set up a modeling portfolio for your kids. If your kids really do have one, then you can also post it on any sort of social media, like website, and then have your organization, like have the modeling agency go click on the link and check out some of their projects if it's multimedia project video-wise. If it's print ad, you can simply just send it to them through any kind of contact information they provide you, like line or email address. And then the most important thing you want to do is set up like a portfolio, something like this. So if you see this one right here, this one is Nicholas, and his and then a picture, a headshot, either a headshot or a full body shot of your kid. So this one I made it into two columns. This one on the left is Annabelle. Annabelle currently is 2 years and 10 months old. Nicholas is on the right, and he's 1 year and 4 months old. And at the bottom, you want to write their name, their birthday, their height, their weight, and their shoe size. And you do the same thing for both. And then next to it, you want to write your contact information, your email address, and etc. So this is something you want to do before you even attempt to contact any of the modeling agency. You want to present a good portfolio. And keep in mind that these pictures, the most important thing is your kids' faces have to be clear, and I would actually advise you to make the background completely white, because when the background is white, it's very clean and it makes your kids stand out, and a modeling agency will usually just notice your kid as opposed to anything else. Okay, so and about the information, you want to update it at least every 2 to 3 months. Kids at this age grow really fast, and make sure your information is presented in Chinese and English, because according to different modeling agency and their needs and their requirement, some modeling agency are international, so they need English in order for them to read. And also make sure that your brand, if it's stationed in the US, you might want to write down because in Chinese we use 公斤, which is kilograms. But in America, they use pounds. And then also we use centimeters for height in Taiwan, but in America, they use feet and inches. So it's a completely different scale, so make sure you write down both.